So, welcome everybody. This is the first uh, local community forum that I've tried, and I think doing it online is helpful, and I'm grateful for people who've attended. I know we've got some people in the community. We've got some of the good causes that the co-op stores and funeral care are supporting this year, and people who are just interested, and also some food chef partners. So can we go round and introduce ourselves, please? So I'm going to start with Tracy. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Hello everybody, my name's Tracy. I am Anjona's line manager, so I look after a team of member pioneers that run through the whole of Northamptonshire. So yeah, I'm here to support, guide, do whatever I need to do basically. Just be great to come to a forum. So thank you, Anjona, for inviting me.
Russ, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Russ Hickman. I live in Delapre and member of the Co-op Society, and trying to think what else I can say about myself. I'm chair of Delapre and Rushmere branch Labour Party, and I'm also involved with the Unite Community Union. So that's about it, really, I think.
Thank you, Russ. Nina, could you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, so I'm Nina. I'm the corporate partnership fundraiser for Cynthia Spencer Hospice, so the charity side of that, based in Northampton. Thank you very much for inviting me along.
And Cynthia Spencer is one of the good causes that's aligned with one of the clusters that I support for the co-op. So welcome, Nina. But Emmanuel, could you introduce yourself, please?
So my name is Emmanuel. I live in Delapre. I'm a member of the Co-op Party, and I'm also the treasurer of the local Labour branch.
Welcome, Emmanuel. Anne, your title's United African Association, but could you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, I'm Anne Wankiri. I'm part of the United African Association, which is a charity, a registered charity in Northampton, and we are recipients of co-op goodies from two of the Northampton stores.
So welcome, Anne. Anne's a Foodshare partner in two stores, and a very recent Foodshare partner. So Rachel, would you like to start?
Sorry, I had the sound off then. I'm Rachel. I live in Towcester, and a new member of the Cooperative Party, quite new. I'm secretary of the South Northants Constituency Labour Party for my sins. Hello, everybody, and thanks for inviting me, Anjona.
Chat, could you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Chet Johnston. I'm Palestine Solidarity Campaign. I'm Unite Community, or Unite the Union Community. I have been in the Labour Party, but I'm not in it presently. I've got shares in the co-op, I think 2 at the last count. All round fascinating guy, that's all I think I can tell you.
Okay. We'll deal with the Trades Description Act later on. So I've got next April. Could you introduce yourself, April?
Hi, thank you for the invite. My name's April Dawn. I'm representing Creating Equals this evening. Usually Lainey might have been present at this meeting, but she's unable to attend. And we're also a beneficiary, aren't we?
That's correct, April. I think you're a beneficiary in the Oulten cluster.
Upton cluster, that's right, that's right. But anyway, I'm here this evening, so there you go.
And next, Maxine. Maxine, could I ask you to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hi, I'm Maxine and I'm a community fundraiser for Marie Curie and I cover the Northamptonshire area. And Marie Curie are a beneficiary of the Barry Road Co-op store. So thank you.
Thanks for coming, Maxine. And Joe, Joe, can I ask you to introduce yourself, Joe Morris?
Hi, I'm Joe. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yay. I'm really bad on Zoom, so sorry. I'm Joe. I run the Semilong Community Exchange, and Angela invited me, and I'm just here to see what's going on and what it's all about, really. So that's it.
Joe does amazing work with the Semilong Community Exchange. It's a really great project just behind Semilong Co-op. They've got a really great Facebook page. If you want to figure out how to run a community project that's kind of based on cooperation and the benefit of lots of local people, I think that's a good place to start. And I've got iPhone, which I think is Vicky. Is it Vicky?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Vicky works at Semilong Co-op. I'm really grateful for Vicky's attending. So I'm really grateful for everyone who dropped in. Just to say, for those of you who, oh Vicky, have I interrupted you?
No.
Did you want to say something more?
Oh.
No, sorry, I don't know how to use this. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah, I haven't used this before. Yeah, I'm from Semilong Co-op.
Right, so Semilong Co-op is one of the co-ops in one of my clusters. So I'm member pioneer for Barry Road, Semilong and Oulten Rise. I'm really grateful for Vicky taking the time to kind of come and drop in. So this week is Fair Trade Fortnight, and we're in day 2 of Fair Trade Fortnight. So for those of you that registered far enough in advance, you will have had a little fair trade goodie from me. And if I got your address, but if you didn't, then I'll pop something by to you as soon as I can, as long as you give me your address so that I can do it in a safe way. But yeah, Fair Trade Fortnight is a kind of key part of the Co-op Challenger in terms of celebrating one of our key values around fair trade. I was going to screen a video about it, but I got to know over the last couple of days that when I screen videos, you don't get to hear the audio. So what I'll do is later on I'll put it in the chat. But what I wanted to do is move on to ask Anne to talk to us a little bit about the work she does in United African Association and how she became a Foodshare partner and what the process was like. That would be really helpful, Anne, if you could do that.
Yes, sure. Since the lockdown in March last year, we've been handing out food parcels. They're primarily to the African community in Northamptonshire, but it's actually expanded to the wider community, including residents of the community hub where we do the food distribution from. So we've been getting grants, but Angela contacted me to suggest that perhaps we could become a food sharer with one or more of the local co-ops, which we'd actually been looking to do for some time. We didn't actually know how to go about it. So basically, I got a link to register, and registration was fairly easy. The only obstacle was the fact that we weren't registered as a food business, which we needed to do via the Borough Council website. That process wasn't too difficult as well. It only took like a few minutes to do. So we did that, and then after a few weeks, completed the form to register as a food share partner with Co-op. Received a phone call from head office suggesting that there were 2 stores available, and what they'd pass the details on. So they contacted me and then asked which days we preferred to go and collect the foods, and what kind of items we were looking for, and we're open to anything and everything. But fantastic. So we got 2 stores. I won't say their names because they sound quite similar. The one in Rectory Farm and the one in Spinney Hill. Both fantastic members of staff there, very, very friendly, very accommodating. So we collect on Friday evenings from the 2 stores. And what the volunteers and the recipients have said is that the food from the Co-op is quite fresh. So it's quite nice to get that, because it's fresh food and it's variety. And for those with families, they particularly love it because they never know what to expect. So that's been really good. So we're really, really grateful. It's been about the 3rd week, but we're really positive and really grateful for that partnership.
That's really great, and really, really great. And it's really great that you've had a really recent experience of food share. So one of the things that can happen is that each store can have a link with up to 3 food share partners. And what they're after really is people who'll regularly pick up items. So if you know of anyone who can do this, I think there's a situation in Northampton where there was a food share partner who basically had the agreement with pretty well all the stores who stopped doing that. So actually we've got a number of stores with a number of different vacancies for food share partners. I know with Semilong Co-op there is the Sikh Youth and Community Centre as a food share partner, and they are meant to regularly pick up from there. I was expecting Hindi from the Sikh Youth and Community Centre, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to have made it today. I also just wanted also Anne, is it not true that you're also as well as a food share partner, aren't you a local community fund beneficiary?
Local community funds, do you mean?
From the Co-op. So I think, weren't you successful in linking?
Yes.
The Rotherstock Road Co-op.
No, the only funding we've got via Co-op funding we've had is through Community Foundation, Northamptonshire Community Foundation, but not from the store itself.
Okay, so that was funding from the Co-op group that was released in October, November this year, and that was really directed at helping communities access food, which is it's a really big issue at the moment, really, really big issue. So I just wanted to just give a little bit more information about the local community fund. So this is what the Co-op does in terms of supporting good causes, and what it means is clusters are associated with 3 good causes. So the Semilong and Oulten Rise Co-ops are in one cluster, together with Kingsthorpe and Barry Road Funeral Care, and then Kingsthorpe and Barrack Road Funeral Care, and then Barry Road is another cluster. So Barry Road can be linked with 3 good causes, and in the same way Oulten Rise and Semilong can be linked with 3 good causes. And we have a few causes on at the moment, and the funds come from a percentage of the Co-op a percentage of the profits of the co-op goods that are bought in store by local people. So it's a really great way where we're demonstrating cooperation by all the people who are coming in and shopping at our stores, and they know that a proportion of what they buy goes to a local good cause, particularly if they buy a co-op branded good, branded item. So just to say that normally the funding comes in 2 tranches, one around March, April time, and the other in September. And if you'd like to think about, if any of you are in groups and your existing beneficiaries and you're wanting to think about applying next year, the local community fund we know will open on the 4th of May. So if you know of a good cause or you are a good cause, please check out whether you can. Please keep an eye on the Co-op website where details of that funding will be released around that date. Usually there's around 4 weeks to fill in the form, which tends to be really relatively simple. It's very easy if you're a registered charity, but you don't have to be a registered charity. Even if you're an unincorporated association or a community group, as long as you've got a governing document and a bank account, it's actually quite an easy form to fill in. The Co-op at the moment are reassessing their priorities, and they will be releasing these around the time that they open up the grants. I don't know, Tracy, did you want to add anything more to what I had to say?
No, not really. I think you've got the opening time, which is probably about 4 weeks. They may extend it like they did last year, but like Angela says, it's you get 2 payments a year. This year it's April and September, October time, and it's a 1% back on every Co-op branded product that members buy. So it can be quite a lot of money depending on obviously what the footfall is in those particular stores. And as a local cause, Angela will support you as well. So obviously after COVID, you could go into store and promote yourself, get members to pick you as one of the 3 of your local causes, so you get more money back as well. So there's ways to get a bit more money than other causes. So yeah, it's a really good fund. I mean, some stores we've had £10,000 given to 3 causes in 1 year. So you know, it can range anything from hundreds to thousands. Amazing.
Thanks, Tracy. Just also to say, it's not only about the money, it's also about the relationship with the stores that you get, and also the opportunity to kind of build relationships. And I've just noticed that we've got Pindy in the room. Hey, Pindy. And I did ask her to try and talk about her experience of Foodshare as well. So, Cindy, is it okay for you to tell us about your experience of being a Co-op Foodshare partner? I know you're linked with Semilong Co-op, and Vicky's on the call who works there. So, Cindy, would you?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, we signed up to Co-op, I think it was in the summer. And Jenny normally collects the food from there, but we haven't actually been over the winter months. The dry food was really good and really helpful. She used to go 4 to 5 times a week, and she said the staff were really friendly and helpful as well. I think one of the challenges we had was you could only pick up the food from 9 p.m. onwards, and she couldn't really do that. We couldn't find volunteers to do that after the store closes. So I think that's why we kind of stopped in the end. But otherwise, it was a good service. Yeah, like a lot. Some of the things we had from there were like snacks, cereal bars, fresh food as well, which we could use straight away the morning after. And Dustin, we couldn't find volunteers in that area, so we didn't really manage to engage there. Yeah.
Thanks, Pindy. As I said earlier, there was a social enterprise that did link with pretty well all the stores in Northampton who've now dropped off. But if there are long periods when you don't pick up, there's a risk that actually you can't do that again, because what they want is people to regularly pick up. But kind of, we could, if you contact me as a member pioneer, maybe I can help in terms of sourcing volunteers or pick up. Maybe that might be a solution to that.
Yeah, I can let Jenny know. I think that was the main barrier. Like, it was just too late for her, and yeah, then we didn't have any volunteers that wanted to go at that time at night, really. So yeah, otherwise it was a good service.
Andy, I wonder if you just could say a word or two about the work you do in terms of how you use the items you used to pick up.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, so we've always had a food bank, but it was quite small. It was for like Sikh community, BAME communities, but also the local area. But obviously in March, when COVID happened, we were in the middle of a move, so we just started helping people like they were struggling, shielding, unemployed, and we've always done homeless feeds in Abington Street as well. And so now we've got dry food bank in our new centre, and it's grown from about 200 families from March, and now there's over 100 boxes going out, and some of them twice a week. So I think we're hitting the 400 people mark. And that's dry food, fresh food. We're looking at frozen as well. And then we also do hot feed for vulnerable people, as well as homeless on a Sunday. So we kept that service up as well. That's in the hotels, but also in town centre. Yeah, as well as, so that food was part of like breakfast, lunch or dinner, whatever we got, we like distribute it. And we also working with 3 schools doing their lunches as well. It's not just school children, it's actually, the packs are actually for their parents as well, kind of a discreet way of doing it. But then if people are isolated or shielding, we'll do their grocery shopping and filling gaps in their service as well. Yeah.
Thanks, Cindy. That's really helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just wanted to kind of open up the floor. So we've got a number of people who are beneficiaries here, store users. If there's anything else anyone else wants to kind of ask about the Co-op community offer that we could give you more information about, or maybe you have some questions about the local community fund application process, or maybe you have some questions about the Foodshare, or any other item really. Is there anything else anyone wants to maybe raise? Joe, go for it.
I found that really frustrating because obviously we're right next door to the Co-op, and that waste food that's not being collected would be amazing for us. We have already applied to be a food share, but we've been told there's already people signed up at the Co-op. We did all the registering the food business and things, but anyway, to cut a long story short, if there is a charity that's supposed to be collecting and they don't turn up, is there any way that we can be contacted? Does that work like that?
I guess what I'd say, Joe, is maybe outside of this meeting we could have that conversation. And I think the other thing is, I know you say you've been turned down, but each store has the option, has the capacity of having up to 3-4 food share partners. Now, if obviously from time to time that will change, so I'll be on the case. I'll be on the case, and I'll make sure that if there is an opportunity that's there. But I think there's also opportunities for local good causes to work collaboratively. And kind of maybe we can, have a collaboration in
completely. If they can't collect, they can let me know, and I could, or something like that. Anyway, I'll be quiet now.
Jo, before she came on, said that she wouldn't say anything. So I'm really so impressed that you're on and you're actually saying things, and I'm really grateful that you could come. I mean, like, Semilong Community Exchange does do a huge amount of work in Semilong. I'm just so impressed with what they do, and they do just so much in terms of not only making sure things that people have don't go to landfill, but also making sure that they have a second life, and also the new services that you've been doing around cooked meals for people. I think that's been really impressive, and the fact that those meals are going to vulnerable people in the community, that's just a really good thing for such a absolutely grassroots community organisation that just happens to be behind Semilong Co-op.
Thank you.
Just any other questions? Chat, go for it.
We have a mutual friend called Karen, who's involved with, well, it was Cafe Zero, and there's a shop which has got a similar name, which I don't recall. I know they get through loads of stuff. Is there any connection already with that?
So I mentioned there was a kind of local good cause, a social enterprise that had a link with pretty well all the co-op stores in Northampton. That was the one. I think because Cafe Zero, Elsa's Cafe, Bags of Help, they've changed their project kind of branding a few times, and they've had some particular issues about operating during lockdown, and that's why the co-op had been looking for more people to be food share partners, because since they weren't picking up, that did get that they were looking for people who actually would turn up and would pick up.
Thank you.
Okay, Rachel, go ahead.
Okay, any advice you would give to us here in Toaster with our particular food project? Obviously, we tried our local store and that didn't seem to work out. They didn't get that concept. So you've kind of explained that. But obviously, this is quite a small place. Would there be an opportunity, like Chet was saying, of maybe going? I mean, I'm really familiar with Elsa's Cafe and Shop Zero, and what they're doing there. But would there be another opportunity for another co-op store that we could approach?
So if you're willing to travel, if you're willing to go to maybe Oulten, or, I don't know if there's another co-op group store near you, and you're willing to pick up, then that may be an option. The other thing that the co-op group has is a platform called Cooperate. So this platform is where good causes can register themselves, and where the ambition is that it's a platform that if people want volunteers or want support or want to promote their project, you can use that platform called Cooperate. So I definitely recommend you going on to Cooperate, I'll send you the link, Rachel.
Okay.
I fill in details about it. And I think also, you know, kind of, it's about what you do where. So I know you're involved in the community fridge and toaster, but if you're doing other kinds of projects that maybe deliver food to different places, there may be a project maybe that in those places, if that's near a co-op group store, that you could maybe apply to the LCF for funding to do things. And I think the main thing is the relationship. Sorry, Tracy.
So I was just going to say that both Upton and Old Duston haven't got food share partners. So that's if you are prepared to travel, it would be a little round trip, as it were. And also you could probably talk to the store manager and he'd tell you the days where they potentially get more, because obviously deliveries come in, etc. So you could sort of limit it to a certain number of days. So it might be worth just having a look at those if you're prepared to do that little bit of traveling.
Yeah, that's really useful, Tracy. We've got quite a lot of volunteers, which is pretty fantastic, actually. We've got quite a lot of people on board. So it's just a case of, like you say, when they're actually able, when they are giving out the food, obviously that's a big issue. I think who was talking about that, making sure people are willing to go out at certain times. So that is really useful. We'll think about that one as well. The other thing I was going to say as well was that it's not just the community fridge. We also operate a community larger, so that's food boxes as well that we give out to people that are in need. So maybe that there's a possibility through that, like you say, through Cooperate. So that might be useful. If you send that link, that would be great.
Great, I will do, Rachel.
Thank you. Thanks.
Really good. Anybody else with any queries or any questions? Oh, sorry, Nina.
No, don't be silly. It's fine. I just wanted to say thank you, really. So Cynthia Spencer has been part of the community fund now. This is the second year that I know of since I've been with the charity. And it's been really beneficial for us, especially to promote it to sort of our local area. We do quite a lot where we put it out on social media and things like that. And another thing as well, we've recently done a virtual event where obviously people took part, and it was called Spencer's Mission 28, where they walked 28 miles, or will have done by the end of February. And what we wanted to do is to create some little boxes to send out to people as a well done for completing the event and raising money for us. So their target was about £280, I think it was, off the top of my head. Anyway, the co-op I know that's not one of yours, I don't think, Anjoni, that you look after, in Oulten, and also Oulten Rise as well, donated some chocolate bars to us that I contacted to be able to put in these these little goodie boxes that we're going to send out to people. So I just really wanted to say thank you, because at the moment, obviously, with people feeling a bit rubbish with what's been going on, it's another way that you guys are obviously still supporting the charity, not from the community fund side of things, but as an additional. So yeah, we really did appreciate the support that you gave us on those, because it'll be nice for people to get as a little thank you in the post. So yeah, thanks very much for that. And yeah, the community fund is really continuing to help with our memory boxes for children that are dealing with a loved one receiving palliative care, or when they've died. So yeah, thank you for everything that you continue to do. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Nina. So any other questions? I just wondered, Vicky, whether there was anything more you would like to say about Semilong Co-op or anything else?
No, we'll definitely speak about helping Joe out. We don't have a fair share partner who picks any waste up at the moment, but we're also on 2 online deliveries now, which we don't have much like fresh stuff left like we did last year. So, but we can definitely work with Joe and see if we can sort something out with the exchange.
That's amazing. That's really, really good. I mean, I just also wanted to, wanted to say that Stephen, who's my link at Barry Road store, he can't be here today, but maybe we'll be doing this another time as well. Maybe he'll be there then. But one of the things that he wants me to try and promote is particularly how to make the staff in your co-op store, how to give them a little bit of a buzz, as it were. And one of the ways you can do that is if you go and shop in a co-op, on the back of your receipt, you'll have information there about how you give feedback. And if you fill that in, they really like that, apparently. So that, and if you do also fill that in, you have a chance of winning a £250 voucher, which will also be very nice for whoever wins it. So if that's all the kind, oh no, go on.
Sorry,
Nina,
I'm
go
so
on,
sorry.
go
I've just thought of something. With Semilong Co-op, you guys are on our list as one of our sort of allocated stores. And I know that I haven't done sort of an awful lot in terms of catching up and things with you. Yeah, I do with Oulten Rise. So it'd be good if we could maybe share details so we could catch up as well.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What I'll do is make sure the email addresses or whatever's appropriate get exchanged, and that link is how gets working beneficially. So any other stuff? I'm planning to hold these things regularly. By regularly, it doesn't have to be very often, but maybe just regularly. So maybe we're probably, so maybe if we did another one at the end of April or maybe May. And if you've enjoyed this, or if you've got anything out of it, maybe there's someone else you can encourage to come along to it. Just in terms of how we as people in the co-op can do more for the local community, help link up people, as we've done with Joe and Vicky today, and maybe some other people, such as with Pindy, for instance. And if we try and do this again, I'll send out the Eventbrite link to everyone who's attended, and the people who registered and didn't attend. But if that's okay, anything else? Okay, so I'm owing chocolate bars to Rachel, Joe, Maxine, Nina, and Pindy, and Vicky, and Tracy probably. So, you know, kind of, you know how to get in touch with me. If I've got you sent address, I'll send you out a chocolate bar. Let's really at least take one step to celebrate Fair Trade Fortnight. And and I've got to send one to April as well. Yeah, it's actually in a packet, April. It's in a packet. So I'll set another date for the end of April. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. You've really done me a huge favour by doing that, and I hope you got something out of it. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Anjana.
Thanks, Anjana.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.